Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is Tuesday, the 6th of July, and it's time for another episode of the Daily Leeds. Plenty to get into. I'm going to start calling this the Daily Firpo, I think. But before we do get into the video, as always, like the video, get your comments in, hit that notification bell, and we are now less than 500 people away from hitting 5K. And as promised, once we hit there, I won't mention it again until we get close to 10, all right? You have my promise. And remember as well, guys, we do have the first semi-final of the European Championships tonight at 8 o'clock. So I will be doing a watch-along for the Italy-Spain game. So if that tickles your pickle, then make sure you join me for that. But as for now, enjoy the video. So, guys, we're going to start, first of all, with, of course, the sad news that Gianni Alioski has decided to part ways with Leeds United. I think we all knew it was coming when July the 1st rumbled on and he hadn't signed a new deal. There was all this talk about a possible move to clubs in Turkey, Russia, etc. that play European football. There was talks of, you know, weekly wages upwards of 30 plus K and also golden handshake payment of $500,000 from Trabzonspor. I believe that's where he's going to end up. It's a little bit sad we've not heard from Gianni directly yet, but the club put out some lovely messages, not least Victor Orta had a lot to say, and of course his teammates Cooper, Ayling, Phillips, a lot of them have all, and the fan base have come out in support of EZGJAN Alioski. It's a bit sad that we didn't get to say farewell. I think it says a lot about him as a person as well, in the fact that when Berardi and Pablo were going, he probably knew at that point that it was on his way. He didn't make the occasion about him. You know, he has a lot of respect for them two legends. You know, he said as much on posts and in interviews in the past. You know, I know he's got a pretty tight relationship with Berardi, for example. So it's a little bit, it is sad because I wanted Alioski to stay 100%. I think for Alioski, it's probably the best move for him. He's not guaranteed first team football. He'll be on a decent wage. It's probably his last big payday. He's got the potential of playing in Europe. So I understand the move for him because he would have been second fiddle to, of course, Junior Firpo, who, by the way, will be announced today. I said it would be Monday. It looks like it might be today. I think it's all signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours, medical, pictures, social media, all that stuff's done. But I think as well, and this is a big props to the club, I think the reason it wasn't announced because Alioski went, you know, when we heard about Alioski earlier on yesterday, I had the thought, I said, surely the club are not going to do him dirty and say at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, it's okay, we've now got Junior Firpo, you know? No, they would never do that. Maybe previous regimes, you know, but it did come into my head. I was like, surely they won't do him dirty like that. But I think that's another part of the reason why it's been held off, because we know that everything's done. You know, we've seen pictures of him at Thorp Arch. You know, we've seen this image of him earlier on at Thorp Arch getting shown around, probably getting told there on that picture, well, this is where we're going to build this new running track for you to run around 20 times a day. And I was sent some stuff on Instagram as well, showing him outside Elland Road, getting out of a blacked out Mercedes, going in. So yeah, I think that's all done. So I think big props to the club for maybe holding off on that. We know that he's been through quarantine and all this sort of stuff. So that's going to be done. But yeah, Alioski obviously departs Leeds United at 29-year-old after a 4-year spell. He's out of contract. He scored 22 goals in 171 appearances for Leeds United. I remember one of my best memories, and I think it's probably not as big for others, is I remember when we played Sunderland, we beat them 2-0, and I think Samu Saiz and Alioski both scored. And it was a real, when them two lads came in, you know, Saiz, Alioski, there was a real shift under this regime for me that we started to bring in quality players. And regardless of what you think of Alioski now, I think he was a real great addition to this Leeds United side, and I remember him scoring that goal, and it was one of my best memories. Of course, he evolved, and we got to see more of his character and stuff. But yeah, it was in that yellow kit with the blue stripes. Yeah, that was one of my best moments of Alioski. Just sticks in, just personal preference to me. Victor Orta has paid tribute to him. He said, "Look, I knew Gianni was going to be special the moment he walked into the building. The emotion I saw in his face and the face of his parents when he signed here was a beautiful moment. And I was sure he was going to give everything for Leeds United," which you can't question. He says, Gianni has been excellent both on and off the field. His teammates will miss him greatly, as will all of the staff at Thorp Arch and Elland Road. We thank Gianni for all his efforts and we wish him every success in the future. And again, I think us as a fan base would all agree with that. You know, there was them links to that club, you know, a while back, and everyone had their say on that. And of course, that would have left a bad taste, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anyway, which is good news. And you know, I just wish Alioski goes on to prosper and gets everything he wants, because he's one of them players. And as I say, all them that got us to the Premier League after a 16-year stay out are legends, in my opinion. You know, I know the word legend gets used a lot, but for me, that group of players, that squad, are legends in my eyes. So big shout out Alioski and good luck for the future. We've seen some more confirmed images of the new Leeds United strip. It's actually going to be out on Wednesday, it would seem, I think around 7 p.m. I know in New Zealand and Australia, you can actually find the shirt through doing a little bit of ducking and diving, and they've got a little press release ready on adidas.com. They explain the shirt a little bit more. It's growing on me. I think as soon as we see it on players like Junior Firpo or Calvin, Robin Koch, that apparently have done this media shoot already, I think we'll all fall in love with it. I just, on a stock image, it's a bit like meh. But, you know, I'll buy it. It is what it is. But, yeah, I think it's going to be available Wednesday the 7th. As I said, this is the Daily Firpo, and I believe today will surely be the announcement of him. As I spoke to you just a second ago, he's been pictured at Thorp Arch. The guys at LUFC Fan Zone as well gave us an update. Of course, they're in contact with Junior Firpo, someone close to him at least, and they were told from their source yesterday that an official announcement is very close. The player is currently in Leeds. He also tells us that Firpo will be able to train immediately with his Leeds teammates because he has done the required quarantine. So as soon as he's done, he'll be straight in there, and that's what we need. They then went on to add, they've been told that the contracts have been signed, the medical's been passed, the media work's been done. However, the club are releasing everything and making the deal official today. So a little bit later on, it may be lunchtime, it might be 6, it might be 7 o'clock, but it'll be on the o'clock. But Junior Firpo will be a Leeds United player today. If you're watching this after the fact, he might already be a Leeds United player. But yeah, Junior Firpo, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. That's solid information. Alioski gone, Firpo definitely in. We've now got some more transfer links for you. Apparently, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, Leeds United, again, the name's been mentioned, it was mentioned a couple of weeks ago, are interested in Danish winger Mikkel Damsgaard, 20-year-old, plays at Sampdoria. He's been a key player for the Danish national side in the progression to the semi-final of the Euros. Obviously, Leeds United are interested in a winger. Sampdoria demanding between 25 and 30 million. Listen, if we can get Damsgaard, I'm all over it. Do I think we will? No. Do I think he'll go to a more, I say elite because, look, we are an elite club. I say a bigger club. No, we are a big club. But I mean, in current standing in terms of European football, Damsgaard's going to a top 6 side. Damsgaard's going to another, top side in Italy, a Juve, an Inter Milan. He's that good, He's come on in place of Eriksen and just lit the tournament up for me. And we're going to get to see firsthand England fans when we play them. Damsgaard is a top talent. And yes, we've been linked in a reputable reputable paper and website, Gazzetta dello Sport. But for me, I just think Damsgaard's a little bit out of our reach. Just my opinion. Another link that we've seen is a guy by the name of Miguel Gutierrez. He's at Real Madrid. He's 19-year-old. He's played 6 times for the first team under Zinedine Zidane. Obviously, he's now left, but he's a left back, and apparently Arsenal and Leeds are targeting him to bring him in on loan. I could see why he would want a loan, only playing 6 times. He's only 19. Real Madrid, will want to get him out and for him to play first-team football. And there may be legs in it because Leeds United are now without Alioski. we only have junior Firpo. Okay, we've got Leif Davis, we've got Dallas that can go in there. There's a number of options, but in an ideal scenario, Leeds and Bielsa wanted Alioski to stay. He could have played anywhere down that left-hand side, including left back. If junior Firpo gets injured, who goes there? Are you confident enough in Leif Davis playing there on the regular? I'm confident of Dallas, but we may need him in the middle of the park. If we don't know what's going on with the midfield, I guess come the end of the window, we'll assess it better. But is there still a chance that Leeds United might go after another left back? And of course, they won't want to sign one permanently like a Javi Gallan. I mean, I'd still go for it, but we ain't got cash in abundance because Javi Gallan's 3.5 million there or thereabouts. I'm like, yeah, make it happen. But we're not in a position to have, two first teamers, as it were, in the same position for me. So is there legs to Miguel Gutierrez coming in on loan as a substitute? Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that. Some great news that did come out yesterday is the fact that the PM Boris Johnson has confirmed that come July the 19th, when we're all back to normal, that football stadiums will be at full capacity for the new season. So, of course, all Leeds United season ticket holders, gold members, general sale are going to have the opportunity to be at Elland Road in full capacity. I, for one, can't wait. For those that can't make it to the game, we've had some more fixture changes. Now, Leeds United versus Liverpool will take place on Sunday, the 12th of September, 4:30 kickoff. So that'll be a super Sunday. And Newcastle United versus Leeds at St James's Park will now take place on Friday, the 17th of September at 8 p.m. So that'll be a Friday night football special. It turns out, guys, it's now 4 of Leeds' first 5 matches will be shown on live TV. Are we surprised? No. I'm happy about it because, of course, it brings in money to the club as well. So, and away fixtures, I will be doing watch-alongs on the Just Joe football show for them games as well. And some exciting news as well, guys. I've got a new laptop. It's happening, which means I can have my new studio setup, which I've been rumbling on about for a long time. Those that watch the watch-alongs anyway will know what I mean. We've seen some pictures as well of Elland Road, guys. The grass has now started to be laid. The seed is now sown, as you can see there. It's going really well. So that's really good to see as well. That new pitch, which will feature Leeds versus Everton in our second Premier League game of the new season. And just some other news, guys. Noel Whelan is set to leave Radio Leeds. So there'll be no more get-ins for us. Those that listen on the radio or listen to the commentary after, or when we see the videos that he comes out and he's getting, However, he has now got a job with the club and will be working with the foundation. So great to see. Sad to see him leave BBC, but for him to be working at his boyhood club, he'll be absolutely buzzing. So big shout out, Noel Whelan. And just to finish, guys, those that are interested, Leeds United women announced their pre-season fixtures. Dan O'Hearn's Leeds United ladies side will begin their pre-season friendly fixtures at home, which, remember, guys, you can go see them at Tadcaster, the global stadium at Tadcaster. They will get their pre-season underway at home to Redcar Town on Sunday, the 11th of July. So if you are stuck for something to do, get yourself to Tadcaster. I'm not sure what the pricing will be, but as I say, they're wanting as many fans in there as possible. So show your support for the Leeds United ladies as well. And that is your Daily Leeds episode. Look, it's Firpo Day. We'll no doubt hear a lot more about Junior Firpo tomorrow, and I'll get it in tomorrow's episode as well. We'll have interviews from him, from players, from everything. It'll be all in there. So thank you as always for watching. And before you leave, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, and of course get your notification bell smashed. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.